आज का मेरा टॉपिक लीडरशिप रूल्स एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज। लीडरशिप रूल्स एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज कंटेंट shaping norms and values. Number 2, direction and production. Number 3, conflict management. Number 4, decision making. Shaping norms and values. Leaders shape the way people think and behave. Leaders are viewed as role model and employees look around to see if their behavior is consistent with the organization values and philosophy. Leaders set the agenda. Leaders influence organizational culture and in turn the long-term effectiveness of the organization. Leaders and managers set the context within which organizational members strive for excellence and work together to achieve organizational goals. The impact of values on leaders. Personal values impact leaders in at least two ways. As a perceptual filter that shapes decisions and behavior, as a driver of their methods of creating value. Values as perceptual filters. Hambrick and Hassans Upper's Echelon theory and Frankenstein and Hambrick 1996 extension to it provide a theoretical model that illustrates that personal values act as perceptual filter for how leaders perceive the external environment and shape strategic choice, behavior, and ultimately organizational performance. Value as a key element of the strategy. Leadership is not solely about people feel good but includes profit and loss, responsibility, achieving operational and financial performance, and developing strategy. The personal values and aspirations of senior management is a key component of competitive strategy but neglected by the field. Effective leaders now they need to focus on the difficult and challenging elements of the strategic leadership. Strategic leadership. Strategic leadership refers to a manager's potential to express a strategic vision for the organization or a part of organization and to motivate and pursue others to acquire that vision. Strategic leadership can also be defined as utilizing strategy in the management of the employees. It is the potential to influence organizational members and to execute organizational change. Direction. It is a basic management function that includes building an effective work climate and creating opportunity for motivation, supervising, scheduling, and discipline. Protection. It is the act of shielding from harm, the state of being shielded from harm. Protection involves the assignment of new responsibilities to subordinates and additional authority to carry them out. Guidelines for enhancing learning innovation. Leaders at all levels tend to create conditions favorable to learning and innovation. The following guidelines are based on theory, research findings, and practitioner insights. Recruit talented, creative people and empower them to be innovative. Encourage appreciation for flexibility and innovation. Encourage and facilitate learning by individuals and teams. What is conflict? Conflict is a difference of interest, understanding, values, style, or opinion. Conflict exists when actions of one person prevent, block, interfere, injure or in some way make achievements of other person's goals less likely. Conflict is the fight, collision, struggle, or contest between competitors. Conflict. It is a perception or belief that opposing need, wishes, ideas, interests, and goals exist that create what we commonly call conflict. Conflict is everywhere and it is inevitable. It arises from many sources. In addition to being antecedent for negotiation, conflict may also arise during negotiation. The subject of conflict is large and complex. If conflict misdiagnosed lead to a spiral, antagonistic interaction and aggravated destructive behavior. Why conflict is different values and beliefs, role, pressure or clarification, perception differences, diverse goals or objectives, group status or identify race, ethnicity or gender differences, personality clash or conflict, competition for limited resources, disagreement on how things should be done, personal, self or group interest, tension and stress. Speak fairly and efficiently. Since conflict in a business are a natural part of the workplace, it is important that there are people who understand conflicts and know how to resolve them. This is important in today's market more than ever. Everyone is striving to show how valuable they are to the company they work for, and at times this can lead to disputes with other members of the team. Conflict management strategies. Black and Mountain identified five conflict solving strategies: accommodating, avoiding, collaborating, competing, compromising. Compromising. Assertive, not assertive. Competing, collaborating, compromising, avoiding, accommodating, cooperative, uncooperative. Which one is the best? There is no best way to handle conflict. Each conflict is different and requires a different response. As a society, we teach two heads are better than one. Cooperating, kill your enemies with kindness. Accommodating, split the difference. Compromising, leave well enough alone. Avoiding, might make right. Competing. How to manage conflict management. 6 essential skills for managing conflict effectively. Create and maintain a bond even when your adversary. Establish a dialogue and negotiate. Put the fish on the table. Understand what causes conflict. Use the law of reciprocity. Build a positive relationship. Create and maintain a bond even with your adversary. The key to diffusing conflict is to form a bond or to rebound with the other party. We do not have to like someone to form a bond with him or her. We only need a common goal. Treat a person as a friend, not an enemy, and base their relationship on mutual respect, positive regard, and cooperation. Number 2, establish a dialogue and negotiate. At all the time, it is important to keep the conversation relevant, stay focused on a positive outcome, and remain aware of the common goal. Many leaders in conflict situations are hostages to their inner fears and other negative emotions and fail to see opportunities in resolving them. It is imperative to avoid being hostile or aggressive. Talking, dialogue, and negotiation create genuine, engaging, and productive two-way transaction. Put the fish on the table. This expression means simply raising a conflict issue without being aggressive or hostile. If you leave a fish under the table, it starts to rot and smell. On the other hand, once an issue is raised, we can work through the mess of sorting it out and find a mutually beneficial outcome. We should be direct, engaging, and respectful, always helping the other people. Understand what causes conflict. To be able to create a dialogue aimed at resolving the conflict, we need to understand the root of disagreement. Among the common causes of disagreement are differences over goals, interests, or values. There should be different perceptions of the problem, such as it is a quality control problem or it is a production problem. It is crucial to determine whether a conflict relates to interest or need. Use the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity is the foundation of cooperation and cooperation. What you give out is likely to be what you give back. Mutual exchange and internal adaptation allows two individuals to become attuned, empathetic to each other inner states. A powerful technique to master in any kind of dispute is to empathize with the feelings and views of other individuals by managing what we express, both verbally and non-verbally. Build a positive relationship. Once a bond has been established, we must nurture the relationship as well as pursue our goal. We need to balance reason and emotion because emotions such as fear, anger, frustration may disrupt otherwise through thoughtful action. We need to understand each other's point of view regardless of whether we agree with or not. Donna perceives six dimensions as elements that necessary to be able to analyze conflict well. Conflict, competency, and school management. Conflict resolution is an important area that calls for professional development among the participants. The participants showed that they lack negotiation and mediation skills when conflict situations arose. Many schools principals lack the capacity to manage conflict, and this can be detrimental to organization growth. The conflict resolution skill may be a prerequisite skill for administrators supervising collaborative based programming. Conflict competency and school management. The dynamic leadership lists essential skills that effective leaders will have to resolve conflict. Management of own emotions, addressing other conflicts, assertiveness, negotiation, mediation. Conflict competency and school management. Manager who will manage conflict will need to use a phased approach which emphasizes cooling down, slowing down, and engaging constructively. Cooling down, this is the phase that starts with increasing one's self-awareness about what gets one angry. Self-awareness is a crucial step in learning to cool down. Cool down, the challenge that leaders encounter is to stay cool in a conflict situation. Conflict competency and school management. It is important for a person to wait until they cool down before moving ahead in a conflict. It is also crucial at this stage to step back and try to get a clear picture of what is happening. The focus is on how a competent school principal can create and sustain the right school culture after working on his or her conflict competence. Conflict management and right school culture. The right school culture is crucial in any school if it was to deal with conflict effectively. Effective school principals would set an atmosphere of where conflict is managed to the benefit of all in organization. School principal and their team should foster a culture that should be respectable to change. Conflict management and right school culture. Many school principals who are attempting to change the culture in their school do so by instilling a culture of collegiality and collaboration. Defines collegiality as the responsibilities given to teachers to become an integral part of management and leadership processes of school. Conflict management and right school culture contends that a collegial school environment teachers are able to work well with other teachers, work well with administrators, manage conflict with others, including teachers, administrators, parents, and students, match their educational strengths and preferences with school. Team and conflict management. One of the effective ways utilized by many managers today is to develop teams, as many of them believe that it is easier to attain the school vision and goals when teachers work as team. Conway 1994 states that if a team is to be successful, it is crucial that members know the basics of conflict resolution, delegation, and consensus building. Decision making. Most important component of decision making is confidence in mental abilities. Ability to be analytical, systematically break down a situation is the second element for decision making. Ability to think critically is the third element for decision making. Understanding the value of research. Ability to manage conflict, nip the evil in the bud. Above mentioned components to encourage individual development through self-awareness as well as skills acquisition. Decentralized decision making and rely on decision team rather than solely on ourselves. Novak 1997. An important responsibility of former leaders is to make decisions after objectives, strategies, operational procedures, and allocation of resources. Decision making and emotions. Decision processes are often characterized more by confusion and emotionally than by rationally. A high stressed executive is more likely to respond serious threats and problems by relying on solutions used in the past or by imitating the practices of similar companies. Great leaders understand how to balance emotions with reason and make decisions that positively impact the employees, their customers and stakeholders and their organization. Decision making and emotional self-control. Emotions like anxiety, fear or anger cloud our ability to make good decisions. Therefore, emotional self-control is very important. Great leaders are aware of their emotional state and are able to manage intense emotions so they can make smart decisions. Decision making and uncertainty. Decision making is so difficult, perhaps it is because the variables and outcomes are often uncertain. Uncertainty creates discomfort and analyze paralysis. We try to analyze the situation from every angle to elevate the sense of uncertainty. This effort often wastes valuable time and energy because so often we must make decisions in the face of uncertainty. Decision making limits your choices. Number two, trusting your institution. Number three, institution leads to satisfaction with decision. How to hire your institution, decide your way to great decisions. Decision making process. Nothing is good or bad decision, it is our thinking that make it so. You may even find unexpected opportunities by going down the wrong path. Practice this process using following steps. Decide whether to take action quickly or gather additional information. Be aware of emotions that comes up as you proceed with your decisions. Accept them, allow the guide you without controlling you. Decision making process. Recognize uncertainty element in the situation and decide how much uncertainty needs resolution. Allow your institution to hire your institution. Seek out opportunities to thoughtfully and proactively make challenging decisions. Be a leader in your personal life and career by committing to make difficult decisions in a timely manner. The best way you can inspire others to change is by making changes in yourself. Practice this process and become a confident leader. As how great you will feel as you remain